So I pursue thanking God for everything that I can see and track down as being good. And from it I have a confidence, a trust, that can extend to my gratitude to the needs and problems and crises that I nonetheless seem to have at times. I trust them to Him, because I have found Him to be a wonderful God. And it's my opportunity to trust Him when I don't see the way and I don't understand, and when I seem to fail, etc., etc. Still, my great desire is to trust Him. Why? Because He has allowed me to walk in the paths of seeking out whatsoever is good and lovely, thinking on these things from which spontaneously arises gratitude, and to express that gratitude for this fantastic creation. I express it to the conceived of creator of such, whether he exists or not. It makes no difference to me. I know what I've found, I've come to value. Love you, Heavenly Father. So that we can say with Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, and even if our God does not rescue us from the fiery furnace, the flames, well, we still know what we value, and we cannot worship you, O King. We can obey you. We can, for instance, not resist being thrown into the fiery furnace. But it's God who is blessing us, and our trust is in His awesome magnificence, power, love and creativity. And our belief is you can do nothing except to be allowed by His will to good, fantastic good as God conceives of it. So, you may force on us some outward obedience, and in the case of Shadrach and Meshach, we're taught of their tenacity in not even allowing that. I would say they would be wrong. I would say it is totally acceptable to my God that they bow down and supposedly worship the king, for quite honestly all he wants is an outward expression of such. For you know, even the king may value what these people truly are, but he values and is worried about his position rather more, and is adhering to a law that is destroying you if you don't obey it. So I take my failures to God, not my victories. He brings my victories to me, and they're His victories by His miraculous saving grace. But I'm not presumptuous. In fact, I'm fearful at times of what the world can bring upon me, and I obey it. Give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, but unto God my heart, still with God, even if I have to do it secretly. But I'm not an enemy of the state, for that would be foolish. I would cease to exist quite quickly, and I'm not prepared for that sort of martyrdom. And I don't value it, and I don't ask it of my children. God, I don't ask it of my children. How much more my God does not ask it of His children us. You may think that's very wishy-washy, very unacceptable. I should be courageous, a wonderful martyr. Surely every religion has its wonderful, magnificent examples of its adherents. Well, mine does have, but it's not in the realm of worldly disobedience for divine glory. There's no divine glory except, to me, what God allows to me, not what I have in, if you like, my own strength. If He gives me the courage to do certain things, well, it's because He gives me the courage. And certainly I value that. But I don't value it if it's going to destroy you and cause you pain and suffering unnecessarily, for God does not require that in order for you to show and demonstrate who you are. He knows already. It's just that you don't know. So you strut and strive to demonstrate your devotion to Him. There's no need. He knows your true devotion. And if your King is requiring you to bow down and worship Him every morning, yeah, we can go through the motions. And most of His followers do exactly that. And He's quite happy with that, providing you stick to the motions and obey Him on the following counts. Especially pay your taxes. Now that's most important to Him. Especially that you don't cause civil disobedience. That's terribly important to Him. Because of course all these things are terribly important to the preservation, to the continuing life of the society that He's supporting. You could say He's worshipping and imposing. He's worshipping and imposing His point of view, but probably as adopted, not what are His true values. And He must have you obey that or get you out of His society in some way or another. You have to understand it from His point of view. So give what He imposes. But where He leaves your freedom, well, that's where you show your true colours. You're a loving, kind person who helps and rescues, who wishes no harm to anyone, who is not filled with condemnation and retribution, who is not violent, does not get angry, keeps his peace, longs for the well-being of all, not able to perform it or even promote it in some cases because of the demands of his society. Okay, I accept that constraint, for that allows me to do what I can do. All you're asked to do is what you can do. And quite honestly, all you're asked to do is what you can do easily, not what you have to do with great difficulty against great odds. I am not wanting great burdens on my children, for goodness sake. How much more God? Please do not ascribe a tenacity to God that tramples on your well-being, that causes you pain, suffering, and persecution. I am not wanting that for my children, for goodness sake. You wouldn't want it, and I, how much more, do not want it. Well, this has been a very long, labouring recording. I'm sorry it's so long. I mean, I'm sure you're able to turn off and turn on again, give yourself breaks. But I want to stress that my God is not a God that puts on you things that makes your life impossible here in this world. But on the contrary, is taking you through this world so that you may experience and see and know more fully your God, what you truly value, from the experience you're going to gain by being in this world, not by being thrown out of it. You can get thrown out of it very easily in almost any society. That's not what he's seeking. He's invested you with a great desire for self-preservation in the body, in some measures of comfort and ease, peace and goodness. There's no need to compromise that by attempting to fight the society you're in. God will put you in another society or in a position in that society where you're relatively protected from what you might be perceiving of as its evils. God is not asking you to be some fantastic hero, but simply to know him and love him accordingly. And he is within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It's nothing to do with this outside world. The outside world is a movie that you're in, and you will discard at death, if not a lot earlier. Don't do things beyond your reach as you understand it, but do things that are comfortably within your reach and that you find are a blessing. Basically that which brings joy and peace. Pursue it where you have opportunity without too much comeback. Where you do get a lot of comeback from your world that you're in, your society, well, and you cave in, well, that's just what it's meant to be doing. If you can live on the margins of your society and not be a threat to it, but love your God more, well, that's lovely. Well done. If you can be martyred for your God, oh, that's a great sadness to me. I would rather you didn't suffer in that way. I'm not requiring it of you. Truly, I'm not requiring it of you. You are my children. Do you really think I would require that of you? You can bow down to who you like. I know your heart. If you love me, though no one in your world know it, I know it. And that's what matters to me. And I can quickly put you in a different world, kingdom of heaven, where you won't have these problems. But trust me in the meantime, I'm leaving you where you are for a reason. Don't throw yourself out by committing suicide, sometimes called martyrdom. I'm not asking that of you. Don't do that. Bow to such pressures are on you, and use such freedoms as you are allowed to good. And they won't be the freedoms you would like to exercise, because you would like to be living in what you understand to be a much better world. Of course. But don't let that stop you doing what you can do, or attempting to do what you can't. Please don't think I want you to do that. I do not want you to attempt what you can't do, or what you find is really risky, really difficult, really challenging, causing you great stress, unhappiness, lack of peace, fear. I am not giving you the spirit of fear, but a trust in my saving grace. Yes, you will need my grace extended to you, and it's my joy to extend it to you. For what you could perceive of as your failings, I don't. All I can see is the wonderful person you're going to be with me and are with me already in eternity. Please remember I love you and what love means as regards protection and care of you. You are here experiencing some lesson that is most important. I'm not asking you to get thrown out of it fast. I'm asking you to observe and experience the lesson. And if you're being pressed and forced to do something you'd rather not do for love of me, that's fine, do it for the love of me, because I still love you, always. And you will see me exercising great grace towards you, because I want to tell you, don't worry, I still love you. Trust me. I have it all in hand. These terrible things are in fact simply part of my show. They're allowed for a reason and for a great blessing. You can't grasp it now, but trust me. I am your Heavenly Father and I love you. In fact, I love them too, because I love all that I have made, and I have made all. I am God. I am both your dearest friend, but I am also awesome, awesome, awesome God. Trust me, I love you. You are my child. And one day you will understand why it was so important to trust me, rather than have some show of devotion to me that screams to the world that you have to be crushed and wiped out. Okay? Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you, Heavenly Father.